Hey, good morning. So listen, if you're still failing on your diet, I want you to pay attention. I got a message. This message is for you. If you're not dieting, if you're not trying to lose weight, if you're not struggling right now, this message isn't for you. But if you are, if you keep failing on your diet, you need to know this. I'm going to share this with you in just a moment. On a walk, a little chilly day. Listen, if you come on live, so I know you're there. Part of Facebook is being social, right? It's called social media. So feel free to connect. Let me know you're there. Interact. Let's engage. If you catch this replay, let me know when you come on. Just say replay, hashtag replay down below. You can do hashtag live. So I know you're there. And this is a touchy subject, right? Who wants to say that they are a failure, that they fail on diets? You know, there's lots of things that I failed with, and I think actually the times that I've come clean and admit that I failed at some things, I've made some bad health decisions, some bad business decisions, some bad relationship decisions. I've definitely had my share of failure. And if you currently right now are failing on a diet, I want you to know this. This is really, I think, the key to getting over the barrier of this failure mindset. Is know two things. The fact that you're failing on a diet, to me, means this: you haven't quit. So even if you haven't discovered yet exactly what you need for your health, for your life, for your body, right, to get that weight off once and for all, if you haven't figured that out, at least you haven't quit. That's really, really important. That's one of the things I wanted you to know. That if you're failing, that means you haven't given up. You haven't given up hope. And that's really, really important. Because once you start to get in shape, once you start to lose weight, guess what? You can't give up hope then either. You can't just get to, oh, well, I've met my goal. I'm at the weight I want, and then just stop. That's just not how our health works. That's just not how our bodies work. You have to continually push it. And now you can push it at all different levels. It can be a maintenance type level. It can be a performance level, and then everything in between. And for the time being, I want you to also know this. What's really, really important for you to know is that you're not alone. If you've been failing on your diet, guess what? You're not alone. But you know what? You do feel like you're in a bit of a prison by yourself, right? You feel like nobody can understand you. You don't know why you can't lose weight. You don't know why you're so successful in so many other things. Yet when it comes to your health, you just can't get it together. Hey, good morning, Vivian. You just can't get it together. And I can tell you, you're not alone. Know that there's a reason why that I've been doing this for 25 years, helping people. You know the reason why? Because a lot of people need help. Now, maybe you don't need the help. Maybe you're just jumping on here, you're supporting me, and I just appreciate your efforts and thank you for watching. But maybe you know somebody who is failing. And I want you to tell them and reassure them, hey, congratulations, you're not alone. And guess what? You haven't quit, because the moment you quit, the moment you give up, that's the moment you fail, like completely fail. And I would say being a failure, like failing at diets. And here's the problem with diets: is the problem is it's hard to focus when there's so many options, right? The reality, even some of my students get caught in they get analysis paralysis. Do I need to do this, Mark? Do I need to do that? Should I do a fast? Should I do this? Should I not eat carbs? Should I do this? I heard somebody's getting results doing this kind of workout. Should I do kettlebells? Should I add in some of that? And the problem is we lose focus. So I want to share with you about focus and how you can actually overcome this failure of dieting. First off, we know diets don't work, right? At the end of the day, I can tell you that my program is about dieting. It isn't. It's lifestyle. There's much more to it, right? There's a whole package. And if you want to know more about the whole package, reach out to you. You want to stay away from the Wits ice cream? Yes, that's an ice cream place right there. Let's see what the flavor is of the day. Come on over here, right? Because there's temptations, right? Guess what? I just lost my focus. So they have a flavor of the day here. Let's just go here for a moment. Today's flavor of the day is coffee. They have like a new flavor of the day. See back in there on that calendar? They have a new flavor of the day. And guess what? I just lost my focus. So guess what? The only way to get and overcome dieting is you have to stay focused. So look, right now, I just lost my focus. So what am I going to do? That's Wits frozen custard. What am I going to do? I'm going to change my focus. I'm going to narrow my focus. Ooh, that might be a little too close. But look, what you can do is the same thing. What I do as a coach, when people look at, there's ice cream, and guess what? Right next to the ice cream, guess what's here? There's pizza. Joe says pizza. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. I'm so tempted. So what is my job as a coach? Hey, Debbie. Hey, what is my job as a coach? I help narrow people's focus. Let's get focused. Oh, there's a pizza. Let's get out of that focus. Let's narrow our focus. The problem is we get lost. We have such a wide focus. Mark, I can handle it. I can keep the weight off. I can go by the pizza place. I can go have some pizza and ice cream. I can take care of that. And guess what? Your focus gets thrown off. Or you start looking. Now is the time of year everybody starts looking at those quick fixes. Hey, I did keto last year and I lost 40 pounds. Great. Did you keep it off? No. Oh, well, guess what? You failed on it. And the good thing is if you are still looking, still trying, then you're still trying and you haven't failed because you haven't given up hope. But my goal for you is that this year, 2021, be different. This year actually be the year, not just hope, that you actually succeed, that you change the path that you're on if you're on a terrible health path. If you're overweight, if you have been failing on the diet bus, it's time to get off the diet bus, right? This diet struggle. It's time to basically take off the shackles. Like you have the ability. The good news is if you haven't succeeded and you haven't given up hope, the good news is you can succeed. I believe in you. And just so you know, the hardest thing for people to believe in themselves is they think that they're all by themselves. They think that like nobody knows how they're feeling, nobody knows what they're going through. My life is just, and hey, 2020 has been a rough year for a lot of people. I totally get it. But I do know that there's a lot of people who thrived through the new year. I know a lot of people that got their health in lines this new year. I know a lot of people that actually not only lost weight, but got in the best shape of their life. I know that because they're in my program. And I would say it's for the right fit. And I'm not necessarily the right fit. In fact, I always tell people, don't even bother reaching out to me if you're not serious. Because what happens on a call is, I ask you that question. I say, are you serious? Good morning, Beth. Good morning to you. Hey, I say, one of the things I say is, hey, who else is on here? Hey, Debbie and Debbie. I think there's two Debbies. Oh no, Debbie Fars. Yeah. Hey, I want to know if you're serious. The hard thing is most people that fail on diets aren't serious. They're not serious about making the changes they need. They like the idea of losing weight. They like, oh yeah, well, who wants to be 50 pounds overweight? Who wants to be out of shape? Who wants to be weak? Who wants to be stressed out and anxious? Who wants to be scared at looking at themselves in the mirror, right? The problem is, the frightening thing is that you think you're all alone. And I can tell you, for one, even a coach, I struggle. I struggle in my weight loss journey. I've struggled ups and downs. It's still a battle. Here's the thing is I'm not giving up. In fact, when I focus, how am I focusing? I have coaches. I have mentors, I have coaches to keep me focused, not just in my physical abilities, but in my spiritual path, also in my business, right? I know a lot of people struggled this year in their businesses and life and relationships and family stuff. And I was like, you can focus on the struggle. You can focus on all the bad things. This is a pretty cool town, isn't it? It's my little town. I came here when it's quiet. I don't usually come here when it's busy. People think I'm weird with the phone in my face. Right now, everybody's in their car getting ready for work. But on the failure standpoint is please know you're not alone. And also the fact that you didn't give up. You haven't stopped trying. Be proud of yourself today. It's Wednesday. I know today's the day, the hump. Get over the hump. Let me just get through to the weekend. I totally get that. Totally get it. I understand where you're coming from. But I also know Wednesday is that hump that people usually sometimes stay on. Monday was a good day. Tuesday, Wednesday, oh, can I just get to the weekend, right? That's what happens. And again, if you failed, I hear where you're coming from. I totally hear where you're coming from. It's been my life's work to help people. Get them out of that slump. Get them out of the rut. And you have the ability to do that. So today I want to encourage you. To know two things. You're not alone. And if you have been failing, congratulations. That means you haven't given up. Now the next step is to actually get yourself what you need to get actually on the right path, the help you need. Here's the problem. You don't feel that you're worth it. You don't feel you're valuable enough. You don't feel you have what it takes to change. You don't feel you need to succeed is on the other side of some good help. And the problem is you think you're gonna get it from a pill. You think you're gonna get it from some crazy diet. You think you're going to get it from some extreme workout. That's not what happens. The problem is we chase after that stuff because we think that is the magic bullet, right? There is no magic bullet. I've been doing this 25 years. Trust me, I'd be a bazillionaire right now if I had the magic bullet. My program is not the magic bullet, but it is a legit option for the right person who's serious about taking back their health, taking back their life, getting out of this failure mode. There's plenty of other things to fail in life with. You can fail at a lot of other things. Don't fail with your health. Your life is too short to be failing with your health. Do me a favor, if you've enjoyed this message, if you found it encouraging, inspiring, you can reach out to me privately, or you can also down below, just post down below. Thank you. Just say thank you. Hey, I've been on here almost 300 episodes every single day. This is like my passion. My passion is not, I don't need another client. I don't need to make more money. I want to help more people. The only way to do that is to get this message out of hope. You need to be hopeful for your life. You owe it to yourself. God gave you one life to live. You owe it to yourself to do the best that you can to take care of your personal health. Nobody's going to do it for you. No magic pill is going to do it for you. There is no gimmick. There is no quick fix. You have to want to do it. You have to be hopeful. And listen, no, you're not alone. You are not alone in this. You got people like me. I know 200 coaches. I'm in a network of over 200 coaches. 200 coaches in the world right now who are changing lives. And if you're sitting back and playing the victim and saying, man, I just have it really rough. I'm just struggling. My life is just so hard. I went through this relationship failure. I've got divorced. I lost my job. I lost this. I've done that. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry that those things happen, but you can focus on all of that junk, right? You can focus maybe on the emptiness, right? Like this empty parking lot. You can focus on all the things that make you empty, or you can narrow your focus. Sorry, that's too close. You can narrow your focus and you can control the things that you can control. You can take care of yourself. You can get your ass up earlier in the morning and go for a walk. You can prepare a meal, a healthy meal. You can choose whether or not to exercise or sit in front of the TV and watch news that's going to get you the doom and gloom and destruction and anxious and stressed. You can focus on all those things, right? Or you can narrow your focus and take care of yourself. You can narrow your focus, right? Victory over victim. You want to be a victim? Go right ahead. Honestly, if you're in that victim mindset, you need to stop following me right now. In fact, you can unfriend me, block me, do whatever you want to do. If you're playing the victim card through this and this year and everything that's going on, hey, you might as well give up. You might as well just throw in the cards. You might as well just rely on whatever. You want to rely on the government for everything. You want to rely on other people. Guess what? You're going to come up short. You can choose to be the victim, or you can choose to be victorious. It's up to you. It's up to you. But do know this, you are not alone. You are not alone, and you have what it takes. I know for a fact, because I've seen some people come out of some doom and gloom and some of the worst moments in their lives, and they become victorious. So listen, if this is inspiring to you, I'm doing a little walk through the town. Felt like it today, taking the dog. He doesn't know where we're going this morning. That's all I got. You had enough of me yet? Every single day, I'm doing at least 1 or 2 videos. Hey, if you've been encouraged by this, all I ask is you share this with somebody else. Let it fire you up. Let it piss you off. You could be pissed off at me. Oh, Mark, but you don't understand. You got it easy. You have this nice life in Florida. You think I haven't struggled? Holy crap. If you haven't heard my origin story, I've gone through ups and downs, failed businesses, failed relationships, mental illness in the family, suicide, all kinds of craziness. And I'm going to tell you, I could have chose to just sit back and just become a victim, or choose something different. And fortunately for me, I can say it wasn't on my own efforts. I can tell you that. Now, maybe you're not a man or woman of faith, and maybe you don't have that in your life right now. And that doesn't matter. The reality is, well, it does matter to some extent. The reality is, I can tell you, there's no way possible I would have gotten through it without having faith in something, having hope. And you can have that hope. You got to grab a hold of it. It isn't going to just grab a hold of you. You actually have to be physically, mentally, spiritually asking for it, reaching for it, right? Does that make sense? I hope it does. Hey, love love talking to you. I'm in enough time on here. Take care. Have a blessed day. And again, you don't have to keep failing. And even if you do, here's the good news. I can tell you, failure is not a bad thing. In fact, I look back at my past and my life, and failure is what's actually defined most of my life. Some of the hardest moments of my life have had the biggest impact on my life, and actually part of my story. And that's kind of what I'm sticking to. Take care. Have a blessed day. We'll talk soon.